Hello everybody. I want to turn the game audio up a little bit so that you can hear it a little better. Alright. So, hello everybody. My name is TBARO and this will be Gunman Clive any percent no wrong wart. This category is pretty glitchless and we'll be playing on easy mode because it's the fastest mode and the easiest mode because, it's easy. Uh, the only differences between the game modes is that you get less health. So we get the most health so we can pull off the most optimal movement and tricks in this run. So without any further ado, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So this game is a Mega Man style game. At first glance, there's not really too much to say about it. It looks kind of like a boring speed game, to be quite honest. Whenever I first started running this game, I thought it was a pretty boring choice, but later on, as we go, it'll get a lot more interesting and just a lot more faster paced and action packed. So the first thing we're going to do in this run right here is we're going to try to make a fast cycle where we kill all these enemies at once, and I got it first try because it's pretty easy. The most notable thing about this run is gun RNG, because some guns you can pick up without being random, like they're there every single time. But a lot of guns you pick up from enemies, which are random. However, on stages like this, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and getting a faster gun isn't that much faster than getting a slower one, but you still want to have the most optimal gun RNG to get a good time. However, I set my run estimate at 20 minutes, so we shouldn't have to worry about going over estimate. Right here, I'm going to try to make a fast cycle, where you can only really, bonk or anything once, and I got it first try. Pretty much, to make that cycle, you pretty much can't stop at all. So, you definitely don't want to stop anywhere at all while trying to make that cycle. Other than that, there's not really too much else to stage 2. Except for this duck kill where we're going to jump and then shoot at the same time with this spread gun power up. And this power up that I have right here is very optimal for this stage right here, because there's a skip coming up, and if you want it to be fast, then you need to have this gun right here. So, again, at first this game might seem a little bit strange, but it gets a lot better as it goes on. Alright, so that's the reason why we needed this gun, because to kill that enemy fast, you need to have the gun so you can just kill him and keep on running at the same time. And we're going to have to kill this pelican right here, because pelicans drop bombs, and they can be pretty annoying, so we don't want to get hit by the bombs. So we got a 40 on that stage, pretty optimal time. I should probably explain what star times are. If you complete a stage fast enough, you get a star time, which pretty much is just, oh hey, you don't suck at the game. So we're going to try to get as many of those as possible, because they're very optimal. If you don't get a star time on a stage, that means you've done it pretty slow. And we're going to avoid that gun power up right there, because that's the homing gun. And it would be useful if it actually worked most of the time. Most of the time, it just kind of just veers off into other directions, and that's not really too useful. So we're going to damage boost across these right here, and because it's fast. And we are going to end the stage off with a 38. That's actually a really good time for that stage. So right here is the first boss. We pretty much just mash, and that's about it. So you can read a donation or two right here. Alright. So that's the first boss right there. If you get past that with a reasonable time, then you're on pretty good pace. So this stage right here can be pretty annoying, because you can lose a reasonable amount of time if you don't have the spread gun power up that I had earlier. So it could be pretty annoying if you don't get that specific power up, but if you don't, that's fine too. And I just missed that platform. I don't know how that happened. So an optimal time for this stage is a 42. However, I've only gotten a 42 twice because of this screen right here. What I like to do on this stage is I like to damage boost in between the gap of the ladder, which I got first try. But if you're not fast, then or if you're not in the right position, then you can easily miss it and waste a bunch of time. So this is a minecart stage. It's just like the ones in Donkey Kong Country, except a lot easier. So this stage is also pretty boring, so if you want to read some donations, you can. So you might be wondering how we got that spread gun. That stage is one of the few stages that has a non-random spread gun pickup. So we can just get this early cycle coming up in a few screens without even having to try. So this stage right here is at the surface level seems pretty easy to come down, but if you're a top level runner of this game, there's a cycle coming up that can be pretty annoying, but once you get it down, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to kill this duck as fast as possible, and we're going to try to make the fastest disappearing block cycle. Alright, and we got it first try. So the disappearing blocks in this game are just like the ones in Mega Man, except these ones tell you where they're going to disappear and reappear, so it's not really that challenging. But it still can be pretty annoying whenever they disappear right when you land on them. Right here we're going to avoid the spike wall because it's not optimal to get hit by it, as you can probably assume. And this stage right here is very hectic because there's a bunch of enemies coming at you at once, so we're going to try to use this spread gun to our advantage, and I just lost it, so that's not really too good. If you get hit and you have a gun power-up, then you lose it automatically. So we want to get hit as not as often as possible because it's not optimal. Also, cake represents your health in this game. There's two styles of cake in this game. There's a piece of cake which gets you back some of your health, but there's a whole cake which brings back most, if not all of it. And this is the homing gun right here. It's very bad. Don't ever get it unless you accidentally get it. So this boss right here is mostly just about RNG. If he punches you with this power up, then you get a really slow boss fight, so we're going to try to not get hit at all, because rockets do a lot of damage to this fight. Alright, so that is boss 2. And we got a very optimal boss fight there, actually, and we didn't get hit, so that's good. Also, we got the homing gun again, which isn't good, but we can deal with it. See, like right there, I literally just did nothing wrong, and the homing gun just did not want to work. So right here, I'm going to not get hit. At least I'm going to try to, by landing next to these trapdoor enemies, and then getting hit on purpose right there, so that we can not have to deal with them too much. Alright, so we really want like a 42 or 43 on this stage, and we got a 43, so that's okay. This stage right here is what I call the mushroom stage. It's really annoying because these mushrooms are very uncooperative, so, and we want them to be cooperative, because if they're not, then it's very not fun. So, also, this is the worst gun power-up that you can possibly get on this stage. Alright, I just tried to lose it on purpose so that I wouldn't have to deal with it. Alright, so this screen right here is pretty annoying, but it's not that bad, I guess. So coming up right here is a stage with, it can be very bad whenever you start running this game, but you should get it down. Also, fun fact, I did not know that you could just run on boulders until I saw FC Racer and Ty Vega run this game, so shout outs to them for bringing that little optimization to light, because I used to do this on the rocks a lot. So yeah, if you jump on the rocks like I do, then you can lose quite a bit of time, so you don't want to do that. See, this stage sucks because this screen right here, because there's this guy throwing dynamite at you, and there's also this guy who throws at you, and it's very annoying, to say the least. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna get a 49, which isn't that good, but it's whatever. We're not trying to get a PB. So I'm gonna lose this gun on purpose because I don't want it. So let's try to just get hit. Okay, there we go. There's also a little bit of an optimization in this game called a duck shoot, where you duck and shoot at the same time. It's pretty hard to get the timing down because it's very precise. This screen right here is very annoying because how the jumping in this game works is there's a slight delay between the input and your jump, so you just gotta get the timing down before you really try to do anything in this game. Alright, we didn't want the homing gun there. Okay, good. Alright, we got a 45 there. I guess that's like the third time I got a star time on that stage. So this boss right here is also pretty annoying, but it shouldn't be that bad. It's mostly like the first boss where you just mash and that's about it. Because he just shoots right over you and it's pretty stupid. Also, he hangs in the air like this a lot, so yeah. So that's the third boss fight of the game, and we're on pretty okay pace, 15:06 best possible time. So this stage right here, we'd fly away on a firework because rockets weren't invented in the 1800s. So we're just flying in outer space with a rocket, and we're just gonna shoot all these asteroids down, I guess. This stage is also just a pretty bad auto-scroller, so you can read some donations if you'd like here, or you can have like some announcements or something. I'm getting hit by like, literally everything. Okay. So in the fourth zone of this game, there is a gun power-up that allows you to destroy the final boss in 2 phases. But I'll get more into that once we actually get there. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get that gun power up. Alright. Just trying to not slow down on this stage, because this stage is pretty slow. Also, there's an asteroid there, which shouldn't happen, but whatever. Also, excuse the background noise. I have like 12 billion family members in my house right now. Alright, so an optimal time you want on this stage is a 49, and I'm going to try to get that. You can get as low as a 47 if you're not bad like I am, so yeah, we got a 49. So this stage is pretty easy, and there's actually an not really an optimization, it actually loses time, but there's a glitch that I found here that I really want to show off. So what you do is, on this screen right here, there is an enemy that sticks to like the ceiling, and if you shoot at him a few times, and you can just run through him. I honestly don't know why that works, but it just does. There's an optimal time save there called a box jump, where you just like jump on the box, and I've only done it once whenever I started running this game. So yeah, go figure, I guess. I don't know. So this is the final main stage before the final boss, and it's the longest main stage in the game. It takes about a minute, so we're just going to try to go through it as fast as possible. Yeah, I think that glitch only works on that one enemy. Also, I pressed the jump button there. Okay, whatever. So we're just gonna run on this boulder because it's fast and it saves time. So this screen can be pretty annoying a lot of the time, but if this final enemy has the laser gun, then okay, it doesn't. So we're going to have to do the final boss with the normal gun, which shouldn't be that bad, but it's pretty bad. So yeah, let's just try to get like a 3 cycle or something like that. So there's 2 phases to this boss right here. There's Shadow Clive, which is a pretty big joke. You just kind of mash at him and you don't really have to worry about him too much. But this next phase of the fight is the mech, I guess. I don't really know what you call it. So he slams his fist on the ground anywhere from 1 to 3 times, and if you want an optimal fight, you don't want him to slam the ground. And he can also breathe fire at a random time, like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire fight. And time is coming up whenever Clive runs to the right after this boss falls down, and time. So that is a 15:23. That's an alright time for this game. So thank you for watching if you made this far. I'm mainly gonna submit this to GSA, stack up the speed. So thank you for considering picking this game to be in the marathon. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the marathon. So see ya.